Welcome everybody to another game of Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Today starting with something completely different. We're playing with Ottoman and French and playing against double Brits by the looks of it. Playing on Mongolia, and I honestly think that against double Brits there's no way we can drag that out into the late game without getting boomed away like crazy. So I would recommend or I probably suggest that we go for an early push here. Push.
Yeah, hard rush it is, I suppose. This game is a bit of an oddity, actually, because of the civilizations we're playing, because actually that's like against everything we normally like, since Ottomans are very strong civ, there is no doubt about that, but they're most definitely not an economic powerhouse by any stretch of the imagination, so that's definitely not something we usually play and like to play, but I don't know why, but Rev just decided that he wanted to play some Ottoman, and I said, yeah, well, why not? Let's try it out then. The original game plan here was to age up to age 3, get 4 town centers out. I mean, Rev's game plan, of course. Get 4 town centers out and actually get a significant boom even with Ottomans, or like even 4 Ottomans, whatever.
I mean, there's some possibility to that. So what has changed in the Definitive Edition is that town centers are cheaper. Also, what was changed is that the church improvement or the church research that allows to build more and faster settlers. Yeah. Right, it's the mosque here, not the church. Was also made cheaper. So there's some synergy to allow Ottoman to do a little bit of booming. It's obviously also inspired by Ozzy Drongo's video on the Ottoman Fort Town Center boom that he presented just a few days ago, or maybe weeks ago when you see the video.
Yeah, I don't know, but fact is that we need to be a bit careful here, because the civilizations we're playing against, in this case double Brits, is like, that's just too strong.
Yeah, we can't
when we drag out the game for too long. So I think we don't have the opportunity to actually do the fast fortress here, but instead we need to push in there in H2 and
you have 2 bisons there. You could herd them towards my town center or towards your town center. I don't really need them right now, but would be good.
These two, yeah, sorry.
Right next to my town center. So the big question now, however, still with going for a fast push, is to decide whether I go on Abus or whether I go on Yanis only. I think against Brits there's actually a point to go on Abus guns, because they're just stronger against musketeers, and Brits will usually go on musketeers and maybe mix in some longbows as well.
Well, the main advantage of Abus is obviously that they're strong against heavy infantry, but the problem with them is that they don't have a good siege. So the thing is, if I go on cavalry, I probably would recommend that you actually go on Janissaries, because in that case we have at least some siege, because we actually don't want to not only want to like damage their military, but also siege their buildings, and we don't have anything against that with just hussars and
all right, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And Abus.
Forward basing down here?
Yeah, we can do that.
I think it would be a good thing to go for a forward base. Also, Yanis is a little bit easier to handle, because you don't have to build so many houses. And yeah, you can go for a faster push, essentially, with shipping 5 Janissaries as first shipment, and then adding in another 5 from the first Rex. So that's actually a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to get out as fast as possible. I also packed my rush stack here, so I'm fairly committed into this. So I have no chance at all to actually drag this out to the late game now, but that's fine, I guess.
I hope.
Yeah, so do I guess. So do I. Okay, there's some villages over here. I'm not quite sure what they're doing there.
Wow. That's quite far off.
Yeah, a bit confused by that actually, but well. I don't know what he's planning there. So yeah, I'm aging up, I'm nearly done. You should be up any minute now, I guess, or any second actually. Yep, alright.
So I'm sending 5 Janissaries as first shipment. And also constructing my racks right away.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, here we are.
Now
Let's get this
entertain
show
me.
on the road then. What?
Here we are now.
Are you not entertained?
That's a different story.
Yeah, most certainly. Some more gold would be nice though. Thank you.
Okay, first Janissaries from the home city are there.
Yeah, very good. Actually, is this a bad joke or what? Like, there is no second hunt around my TC at all. Do you see that? Like, I have like one hunt close by.
Yeah, that's quite crazy. You gotta get that one. Yeah, that's some really shitty placement there. Okay, I'm going to push as soon as I have my 5 Janissaries from the racks.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm building the first cavalry units now.
Okay, pushing in.
Sounds good.
There's 700 wood on the floor on the base. At the base.
At their base, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, that smells like
Teen spirit.
that smells like some boom. No. Shall we have a look at the decks, by the way? Okay, so
Actually a very good idea.
Graph Gold has a lot of resource crates.
Okay.
Actually, both of them have like a lot of resource crates.
There's some hussars.
Yeah, I got my first 4 as well.
Go in then. Maybe we can just catch them. Okay,
Working
there's a
on
lot
it.
of settlers down there. You can go for the settlers as well. Don't
sure?
really mind. Yeah, it's
You can
fine, I
handle them?
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will idle the settlers.
There's a lot of settlers at the back of their base now. Okay, we crushed their cavalry. That's good.
Yeah, I see that.
Watch out for the Minutemen. Don't engage into those.
No, I will just idle the villages at the coin mine here.
I'm also building up
Okay,
an
there's
artillery.
musketeers behind us. Be careful.
See that?
Sending more hussars right now.
Sweet. Just try to catch some of the villagers of blue, maybe.
So I should push out and actually try to get some villages then.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, will do.
I'm just watching that he's... Okay, he's getting up his crates now again. Or trying to, at least.
Okay, I found some villages, but there's a lot of musketeers here as well.
But he's doing a good job of retreating with his units every time I push in.
That's a bit annoying.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay, there are his villages. I'm going to idle blue now.
Good
Okay,
stuff.
we'll see if that actually works out.
But he's not able to collect his resources, so that's one thing that we have going for us.
Which is nice.
If you have more cavalry, he's still trying to gather up resources here with the settlers. I'm just...
Yeah, 8 more hussars are coming in now.
Sweet.
Okay, there's some
Musketeers,
from blue
yeah.
again. Okay, let's get the crossbowmen as well. Okay, there's a lot more musketeers coming in now.
Yep, I got my first Abus guns now as well, so...
Okay, should
Feel
I
free
switch
to
the
just-
PC or should I push in?
Why is not my attack move not working? What the fuck? Could you just shoot those units, if you will?
Attack the units? Okay, will do.
No, I was talking with my units actually, but yeah,
You
might
need
be
some
good.
support there as well.
yeah.
Be careful, you have like idle Janissaries standing around there.
You might be able to get the TC though.
Yeah, I will most definitely. Okay, got the crossbowmen now as well coming down here. Okay, the villagers are running away.
Yeah, follow them. I will try to take care of the musketeers in the back.
Yeah, we'll do.
But he's losing like so many resource crates there. Just follow
Be
this.
careful there. Yeah, I cannot. There's some musketeers in the way. I try to outmaneuver them if I can, but okay, I have to engage them. Which is really shitty. Yeah, that was too many hussars there.
Just keep on firing on the villagers if you can.
I cannot. They escaped. There's too many.
No, they're still behind the TC. They're collecting the coin crates there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't see them. I tried to attack them. Would you mind getting this one killed, please? Thank you.
Sweet. Town center now finally down, so we are losing less.
Yeah, but
it's good that you have your crossbows now, so that's really good.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, my explorer's back up on track as well. That's good.
Okay, I tried to get out another raid because the problem is that
do it.
The blue player is still pretty strong.
Watch out! There's a cuff pop. Yep.
Okay, let's siege down the stable first. Better safe than sorry, I guess. I'm a bit scared that some, I don't know, Abu's guns will, some of your Abu's guns will get intercepted by like a calf pop or something.
Yep,
there
are the units.
Musketeers. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
Just keep on firing with your crossbows if you can. Just
I try to, yeah.
Pull them. There's cap from the back.
Yeah. I was running in the wrong direction to keep them off. Okay, that engagement didn't go ideal. Okay, my crossbows are shooting again.
Good.
Okay, the infantry is retreating. I got 2 CAF upgrades out as well, so let's see if I can get some villages here. Oh boy, that's quite a stressful one.
Yeah, but we really crippled yellow, so I think this should be okay.
Okay, I found another stable here.
Watch out! Watch
Okay,
out for all the musketeers. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But you can try to get the barracks now.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Sounds good. Okay, there's some houses over here as well. Okay, there's some hussars. Okay, and there's a lot of villages here as well. Actually, yellow villages. A lot of them.
Can you just help me with your with your crossbows there and fire on the musketeers?
I'm sorry. Okay, I got another, I don't know, like 5 villages or so.
You're also idling some cav here, trying to destroy the market.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but there's just too many musketeers there for now. I think you should pull out.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my next batch of Abu's guns. With him defending his Rex, it's nearly down too, so he can't really have too many units strolling around.
Well,
oh, he's killing off some cav there. Yeah.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just
Rex
just trying
down.
to pull them away there. Yeah, that was the plan, so that worked out quite well, actually. Okay, let's see if I can actually get his outpost, because there's a lot of villages in there, so he has to decide whether he's going to defend the outpost or fight you. Okay, be careful, there's some
I'm getting a cav batch, yep. That's quite...
Yeah.
I really have to focus more on...
Okay, I'm in them. Okay. All that?
Yeah.
No, you may not. My cavalry thinks that it is a wise move to actually, Okay, they resigned.
That was such
that was a bit of a stressful one.
But it worked out. That's like...
Yeah.
I mean, playing Ottoman is always really... I mean, I didn't play them very well, but it's... I mean, that early push is just really strong, and I think they were just too greedy. Seeing
Yeah,
that your
most
French, they
definitely.
went for quite greedy build. They didn't build. They haven't built any units at the start. So blue actually only started building units when I had my first 14 on the field, and even yellow. I mean, he sent out. Did he go on double Rex? No, you just had a single Rex standing, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, they started building units way too late, so they tried to actually boom us or like boom against us. So that didn't really work out for them, I suppose, because I mean, if you have a look at the resource rate, I mean, obviously they were pretty strong in the beginning, but we idled them significantly.
Especially
from, like,
yellow.
the middle of the game onwards. Yeah, I mean,
So
yellow was essentially out of the game because, I mean, have a look at the villager population. Oh yeah,
He was like yellow was in the lead in the beginning in terms of villagers, but seeing that we idled him, when did that start, the idling? So it started at minute 6 something, and he had like 25 idle villagers the whole time, which is actually amazing because that means that he was able to gather with like around about 5 or 6 villagers. I would assume they were on the hunts in the back of the base, where he still had like 10 villagers.
You see the like 10 villages on the bottom of the map, like bottom left corner of the map. I mean,
Yeah,
on the
right.
map, there is no corner,
that
obviously,
hunt.
but yeah, exactly. I believe that they were there all the time. Not quite sure though.
Yeah, I think we didn't check that hunt, and it was also quite off the map, so was hard to see. But yeah, we killed a lot of his settlers when the TC fell, and when he tried to protect it, he lost half of his villager population, and he was idling over 20 villagers pretty much the whole time, so he wasn't able to collect his resources and all that. And we also totally wrecked his first military, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so his first military was totally wrecked. You got out a lot of cavalry in the mid game, and also those 8 crossbows really help. And yeah, that way we always were able to hold the military population and just hold the whole situation. You also see that he killed, but like blue actually got out a lot of musketeers as well, and he was killing off quite a bunch of units from my side. The biggest problem I had was actually my forward base was too far off. So I think it would have been better to just place them a little bit nearer to the base of the enemies.
Yeah, I mean, a closer or more aggressive forward base would have been useful, I suppose. But I mean, on the other hand, the ways on this map are still quite short.
Yeah, right.
The direct route to the blue base is, I mean, at least for me, is probably like 20 seconds or something. So that's completely fine, I suppose. But I mean, your barracks could have been a bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, with you,
I agree.
For the stable and the cav, it's actually fine because your units are just very fast. But especially my Abus guns and my Janissaries, they really take a long time to walk over there. And I had 5 Janissaries on the way, I think, like in their last engagement, where he popped in with another 5 hussars or something. So that was actually not that good, that I didn't have any Janissaries left over to kill off the cavalry there, and my Abus guns would have died if you wouldn't have been around. So, but yeah, overall it still went pretty well. And I think looking at the villager graph, when they reached the second age, our push was the perfectly right thing to do. Could have been a bit more aggressive. Definitely. From my side, probably I just over gathered some wood in the early game, and also that like the trade post and church and house start is a bit greedy, to be honest. But then again, I'm able to get all my shipments out in second age, so I was already through all of my resource crates. I sent 5 settlers very early on, and the Janissaries, and I already had 2 upgrades on my Abus guns, so that's the good thing of building the trade post.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to be fair, I didn't go full aggression. I mean, the first shipment I sent was the 4 coureurs, and then the second shipment I sent was the 700 wood. I mean, I needed the wood because otherwise I couldn't have built any more cavalry because I was supply blocked all the time.
I mean, it paid off in the mid-game.
The villages, yeah, of course. But I'm still pretty sure that you need the 4 CDBs because otherwise you're just not able to train full batches of cav all the time, and I think that's very essential.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's how you got the best resource rate in the mid game, even though they were Brits and they started with a quite boomy H2. Of course, we idled them, but like French eco is pretty good in second age if you send the 4 coureurs as first shipment. So I think it was the right decision here. You were able to get out a lot of military in the mid game.
Yeah. Also, you need to do your market upgrades, of course. So, I mean, while aging up, I always gather like 225 wood for the market and the hunting dogs and placer mines. But I believe I also researched steel traps once my 700 wood arrived. I think that was a good call as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, cavalry just takes up so much food. One problem that I just, like, I noticed it in the game, but it becomes really evident on the graphs that I just want to shortly note is that I would have needed my research at the church or the mosque earlier because I was
the one
stuck.
That increases your cap? Or?
Right, because I was stuck on 25 villages for like 3 minutes, so that's a little bit too long. Could have gotten out like 5 settlers probably at that time. But I was just lacking gold, trying to get out 5 batches of Janissaries, and only with the 700 gold I was able to get that improvement. Might have been a good call to send those before the 700 food, so not really microed that too well. But yeah, overall it went quite well. Very unfamiliar strategy from our side, and also just a very, very short and aggressive game. So we will definitely do another one after that.
Yes, exactly. See you in the next one.
Yeah, see you in a minute. So here we are again, as promised, of course, also playing with French and Ottoman on our side. And the last game was quite a weird game on this channel. It's usually not the playstyle that we are really interested in. Playing against India and Germany here, so yeah, that's actually
on
Alaska.
An oh boy.
Yeah, Alaska. That's actually an interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's an OTP map. I mean, you could try to do a water boom. That is is a possibility on this map.
Okay. What do you think? Shall I try to?
I mean, just for some variation on like the usual Ottoman gameplay, I'd say that is quite a good idea. I mean, we have a pretty good win rate with Ottomans like over the last couple days, so I think that's only right and fair and right and just to actually try and become a bit more risky with our strategies, or risk-loving, whatever. We'll see if it works out. I mean, if we realize that they're trying to do a hard rush or something, then yeah, well, then we fucked up, I suppose, but I guess it's worth the risk.
Okay, I'm starting with a very early dock then.
You got a water boom deck with Ottomans, right?
Yeah, I do. Oh, there's 60 wood here. That's actually perfect for trying to go for a water boom.
Yeah, I think I will do maybe a semi-FF then and try to get some cavalry out. Well, on the other hand, the problem is that the German player most certainly will have more cavalry than I do. Have. Good Lord,
probably,
English.
Yeah. I'm also going to Schooner's first card.
Oh, that's pretty risky. Oh, he's actually attacking the bears on the wood treasure here, so I find that quite convenient.
I would assume that, yeah. Yeah, it's risky, but the thing is, with Ottoman, you start with so much wood. I can build 3 fishing boats with the schooners now, and as soon as I age up, I will switch over to wood, and I can just continue to build more of them. I don't really see the reason to build a mosque like that early on, except for generating a bit of XP.
Yeah, well, I think that's fine.
Yeah, right. I mean, we will see, right?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because I'm not quite sure when the last time was we actually had a water boom on this channel, or on any channel for that matter.
Yeah, it's not that usual. Against Germany, it's also a bit risky, but the thing is I can just try to wall off a little bit, and I only need to collect some wood.
Okay, the German player has something that looks like a fast fortress deck. The Indian player hasn't picked his deck so far.
And that's kind of the thing we have to look out for, right? Like, wait. Okay.
But I mean, if the German player is actually doing a fast fortress, I'm completely fine with that actually, because that should give you enough time to get your water boom going. And I mean, hopefully I'll survive until then.
Okay,
so I need to go up pretty soon as well.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Oh, you try to get another dock out there or what?
Yep.
You should retreat with the settler, like get it to maybe over here and build you another dock there. That's still good and like very aggressive, but I think the other one is a bit too risky. Okay, let's get you on gold then. You on wood.
Okay, let's just have a look at the decks. So the German does have a fortress deck there.
Both of them actually have a fast fortress deck.
India also looks like a fortress deck. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious, I'd say. But well, we'll see how this works out. I mean, like I said, you definitely have a couple of minutes to get your water boom going, but not quite sure how much time they will actually give you. Be careful that they won't spot what you're trying to do with the villager, right? So don't place the dog while the elephants are chasing you, if possible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ward them off for now.
Yeah, because if they actually spot what you're doing, then they might attack sooner than we'd like them to. So I guess it's worth a try to actually lure them into a false sense of security.
Okay. So can I build a dock on this side here?
I think there's only cliffs there, but you can try.
Then I have to walk up again.
Why don't you build 2 of the docks in the rear? I mean, I know that's very inconvenient because your fishing boats have to drive like very long ways or sail very long ways to actually get to the fish, but I'm still a bit afraid that they will actually spot what you're doing. On the other hand, I mean, your deck should be pretty obvious. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
I suppose they know that anyway. Okay, let's get some houses out then, shall we? Stable wouldn't hurt either.
Okay. Building up my dock
over here. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how this works out. I mean, I have honestly no clue how well this will work, but I mean, if you get like at least 2, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes, then we should be fine. Should I go for the 700 wood? Or should I save the shipment? It's the usual question.
I'll go for the 700. Maybe save it. Maybe try to save it.
Okay, I expect the first couple of units to come into my base any minute now, but actually I'm on 1000 food and 800 gold, so I'm quite close to the... Okay, there's the first Ulans up here. Maybe you can evacuate your settler with a fishing boat or something.
If he even gets me. I don't really see coming yet.
Okay, I go up with the fast H though, not with the covered wagon. It's probably a bit risky. Okay, edging up now, building the first cavalry units just like for self-defense for the moment.
Okay, I'm getting a big mass of Yulans in my base now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm building the first hussars, and I'm halfway through to the third age, so I can build some goons as well.
Yeah, I'm building up a Rex now as well.
Yeah, I mean, even though they cannot really idle your economy, they still can prevent you from building units. So yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Okay, I'm up. Oh, come on, one more hussar. Well, okay, it's only 4 then. Fuck you too.
Fuck you especially.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
What the fuck?
Our video gets demonetized now.
What happened
Oh,
there?
good lord. Yeah. No! Yeah, that's 3 coureurs at least. Yeah, they found like the perfect angle of attack here. Over here. Come on. Okay, they're getting one more. Yeah, that was pretty shit. They got like 4 coureurs. 5 even. So yeah, your economy needs to handle this now.
Trying to.
Dumb as it sounds. Come on. Get over here, guys. Okay, let's ship the...
Okay, I'm going up to 3rd age now.
Do that. Okay. I mean, I got most of the Yulins, but like I said, they got like 5 of mine. So
Okay.
that wasn't really a good deal. Could have handled that better, honestly, but well, too late now. Okay, got 5 more goons out.
Okay, I got both of them in my base now.
Okay, what have they got?
All kinds of infantry and also.
Well, I can't do shit against that. I mean, did you train some units?
I did, but not enough so far. As I said, I'm going up to the next age now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we can hold this off. I mean, I only got a couple of goons right for now, and since they idled me, it's not that many, unfortunately. But I can try to annoy them. Okay, I'm sending the skirmishes now. Try to fall back there if possible, because otherwise you'll get crushed.
I'm just sending in Minutemen now as well.
Yeah.
Also, I'm nearly up.
Yeah, that's good. I got all the Yulins, but obviously not the infantry though.
Okay, I'm up.
Okay,
Sending.
that's good. Can you ship something useful? I got 8 skirmishes now. I can support you with them. At least I can try to.
Yeah, I'm sending my 8 Janissaries.
Okay, skirmish is coming down to your base now, as we speak.
Okay.
Okay, skirmishes are there, and we held them off for now, at least. We're going home. Okay, last 2 Ulans going away as well. I mean, your economy should be pretty stable by now, right?
Yeah, it's doing quite good. I'm on 55 villages right now.
Fuck my life. All of my food gatherers are idling here. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, that was a stressful engagement. I idle a lot of my economy in that.
Get
I need
that.
to get this show on the road again. On how many villages are you?
56.
Okay. I'm on 27, so that's not that good, but still. Better than nothing, I suppose.
Also, I will build up my further town centers now, and actually, I'm not sure if we should try to push out, but also I definitely need to. Okay, there's a lot of villagers up here. If you could
don't have any melee cavalry at the moment.
Okay.
I'm building some cuirassiers right now, but that needs some time.
Okay, yeah, no worries. You get your time, hopefully.
Yeah, by now we have a pretty stable standing in this game, I suppose, because we have your economy, which they cannot really contest at the moment, and we got well, my H3 that was faster than the Indians, so I think we can like take some time for now.
Hopefully.
I'm still pretty afraid of raids because obviously Yulins are very scary, and like I said, I lost like 5 villages or so I'm not as strong as I could be, but I'm building my 3rd town center right now, and I try to recover economically as well. And I'm getting out a lot of military, of course.
Yeah, that's good. I got up my my outpost up there.
Okay, I found the Uhlans. And all the Gurkhas as well. They're at my base.
Okay, coming over.
And they've engaged me in a way that I cannot disengage. I'm losing all my military here.
Shit.
Yeah, that's all my military gone.
Shit.
Essentially in a second. They had so many military units there.
Watch out for your settlers there.
Yeah, they essentially gone anyway. Yeah, I engaged the Uhlans because I thought it was only the Uhlans, and then the Gurkhas came out of nowhere. So yeah, rip.
Oh, and I'm killing off all my units now as well. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Okay, but I got 5 more cuirassiers out now, and they essentially only have Gurkhas there. So I'm trying to rescue the situation with some cuirassiers here. Not quite sure if that will work out, but I can try at least. Okay, getting the falconets as well now. Not quite sure what else I can send.
My falcons are also there now.
Yeah, only engage with them if you can actually defend them, please. Okay, be careful, you're killing off units again there. You just killed off 5 more Janissaries.
Yeah. Now it's getting a bit hectic here right now, so that's a bit of a problem. I'm actually. Do you need coin or food?
Both, actually. I mean, I'm on 0-0 essentially.
Okay.
Oh boy. Why don't you spend these resources?
Because I don't have enough.
Okay, I've stumbled into like 10 or 20 Gurkhas here, which I'm essentially getting for free right now.
Yep, that's really good, and I'm.
Be careful. There's the Uhlans as well. Yeah, they're getting my cannons almost immediately, but they will hopefully pay a heavy price for that.
Okay,
actually they didn't get them.
And I killed off all the cav down in the middle here, and it's only Gurkha left now.
Yeah, I'm engaging there immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. I mean, the engagement, the first one on my base was extremely shitty. I'm very sorry for that. Be careful. There's a lot of Uhlans coming our way again. We should retreat here. That's too much stuff. Yeah, okay, they got the falconet anyway.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, I'm sending the Spahi. No, actually, I'm not sending my Spahi because I don't have the resources for that yet. Lovely. They're also walling off here.
Oh yeah, I thought you were building a wall there, but obviously that's not...
Nope.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of villagers up there. I'm trying to get them.
Yeah, it's the one that they already had just like a minute ago.
Yeah, like I said, I see if I can get the villagers there. Yeah, looks good. I think... okay, there's another... there's a German villager as well here. Okay, yeah, there's all the villagers here.
Okay, that's good. I'm building up a wall now as well, just to deflect off any raids coming in. How does your economy look?
50 villagers, it's pretty decent. Okay, I'm losing a lot of cavalry here, but I'm killing off.
Okay,
a lot
I'm pushing.
of, Indian villages as well.
I'm pushing in with my Janissaries here. When you can hold that for a moment because there's more villages here. And I will kill them
I
off.
cannot hold anything. They're war wagons, so I have to retreat. But I
Retreat?
got like 10 villages maybe, and I
Yeah, it's fine.
well.
And I'm killing off more villages here.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, that was probably not ideal. The whole game actually wasn't, but
it's actually it is working out.
not
So we
quite
got
sure.
that.
Ah, god damn it! Don't go in there, please, for the love of God. There's a lot of Gurkhas coming your way, and the other guys as well. You need to retreat there ASAP because there's a lot of Gurkhas, like I said, and I don't have enough KAF to actually counter them.
Pulling back.
Also,
pulling
you could
back.
think about building some Abus again. I think that would be a wise decision as well. Okay, so I'm behind quite strongly economically, so that's a huge issue, but
Will only be a matter of time until they try to go on water, I think. Okay, I'm getting a push down here apparently. Oh no, it's just the
Explorer, yeah.
Yeah,
Not quite sure if I'm behind economically or militarily, because I mean, I got like 45 villages, which is not like a huge bunch, but still, I mean, it's not that bad either, I suppose.
Okay, there's the war wagons up there, which is actually fine. I'm gonna take that.
You sure?
Okay, there's the
there's the
Gurkha
Gurkhas.
pulling back
I
again.
mean, we can try to push in there. I got like 12 cuirassiers again, but
Nah, let's
yeah,
retreat for another.
okay. But we cannot really retreat there. They will kite you to death. I'm not quite sure if we're making a good deal there if you're running away.
I'm also building up an artillery foundry now.
Yeah, that's definitely due. We need those Abus. Ah, good lord. Yeah, they're killing all my units there. Yeah, I lost all my cuirassiers again.
Okay, then let's try to push in.
Yeah, I lost them. I cannot push in because they're dead. It was just too many war wagons. We shouldn't have retreated there because it was impossible to get out of there. Yeah, that was all my cuirassiers. And again, they won't survive for long. Yeah, they immediately went down. You need to retreat there. There's nothing that can protect you. You're making such a bad deal against all the Gurkhas there.
Yeah.
Also, you need to get out the artillery. You should have built the artillery foundry way earlier, I believe.
You're right with that.
And like I said, I lost 20 cuirassiers there, so, and I'm out of gold now. That engagement went really shitty.
Yeah, it's really shitty that they caught you off guard.
Well, they didn't, but the war wagons are actually quite as fast, quite similar in speed compared to the cuirassiers. So yeah, well, try to get some artillery out. That's the only hope I have for now. Oh, you still haven't finished the artillery foundry.
It is. I just built one in the front that was already destroyed again.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's not cool. And I'm all out of natural resources now. That's not cool either. Why are you idling so many or floating so many resources? Good lord.
Because I'm popped right now. That's the main problem that I have right now.
Then maybe just build some, buy some wood.
Okay, I lost my TC up there. That's a bit shit.
Indeed, yes. And in the middle of all this chaos, I have to actually do the transition to...
Okay, let's try to push in there.
I don't have anything right now. I have 10 cuirassiers.
Okay, there's a bunch of... I'm still trying to push into there.
You cannot. You will die. Miserably.
I'm building up more organ guns from the back.
You can try, but... Okay. You need to mass cuirassiers a bit more, otherwise they're completely useless against so many war wagons, you know?
Yeah, the problem is really that
15 cuirassiers immediately, you know?
Yeah, I get that, but the thing is, it's really hard to kill off those war wagons.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm just needing a bit more time because I cannot keep this up because
yeah,
I'm
fine.
not having the economy.
I'm pushing it back on my own. You got your
You can
time.
try, sure. Be careful. There's a lot of Yulins coming. I'm not quite sure where they're heading. Do you have some more gold?
Yep.
I just shipped my 1000 gold crate, but that won't hold for long.
Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So
I'm not
I
quite sure
really-
what they're building here. Okay, they're trying to build a forward base here. Okay, all of the villages are up here.
Try to move
But
in
the
there
wall-
if you can.
I can't.
I'm trying.
The war wagons are warding me off. Yeah, there was five cuirassiers again. Try to kill the war wagons if possible.
I'm trying to kill everything down here.
Yeah, that most certainly is a good idea. Most definitely. Okay, the Indian player resigned.
Yep.
That was not a pretty game. Not.
Nope.
by any standard.
Absolutely was not able to support you in such a way that was needed, and I really lost a lot of Janissaries there in the middle of the game. That, like, it's always so crazy going for that water boomer. It's such a crazy eco, I'm sure of that. Yeah, look at my resource rate. But it's really hard to get out. I mean, I got out a lot of military as well in the middle of the game, but it's just against pure Gurkha, it's really hard to hold. And they, like, with their goon-skirm combination, only Gurkha and war wagons, it's really hard. I think, like, me switching to Abus guns earlier would have been helpful, and maybe you going on skirmishers instead of cuirassiers, because the German player only went for his war wagons in the latest part of the game. So of course in the beginning he went on Yulins only.
But to
But
be fair, he could have built the Yulins just as easily, right? I mean, the problem with cuirassiers is they're very effective in bigger groups. I have the feeling that you need to have at least 15 or 20 of them, otherwise you're losing too many while trying to get close to the enemy units because they're so slow, right? And if you lose too many of them while just approaching the enemy, it's very easy for them to actually snipe off the remaining cuirassiers, and that was a problem here. If you have a look at my military unit population,
I mean,
every
in
time
the very
I managed
first,
to get like to 30 units, I lost them immediately, and that like 4 times over the game, like 5 times maybe.
yeah, especially
So-
that first push was really like, not the first push, but the first time they caught your units, you lost like 50 cavalry units, or like 50 population of cavalry there. You really dropped to 0. That was quite terrible. I mean, they had a lot of units at that point, so it's not really like your own fault. I just, in the middle of the game, I took too long to really get out the mass of units that I would have needed. So that was really an issue. I was popped the whole time, and also didn't have enough buildings to get out units. It's always going for a water boom. It's always really, really difficult for me to do that. The thing is, they really gave us that time. Like, look at the, like, even though the German player had his units and the Indian player also built or trained a lot of units, they didn't attack with them. And like, that push on our base went actually really well for us. So we were able to destroy a lot of units when they tried to push on me. And that was
Which engagement are you talking about?
the very first one, where it's really like many units killed at 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I see. Yeah, that was actually pretty good for us. I agree.
And after that, it was mostly your cavalry dying, and also that terrible engagement where I had like 70 Janissaries, and I got out another batch of 15, but I just lost so many of them because there were, like 50 something Gurkha, and also those war wagons are also very beefy, right? They take up so many shots by Janissaries.
Yeah, of course. I mean, from my perspective, I'm very unhappy with three events in this game. The first one being obviously the loss of villagers I had, because I lost like 4 villages, maybe 5 if one popped out at the same moment. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, in the very early game, right? Yeah, that was
exactly. That was completely well. I think it was avoidable, and it had to be avoided actually, because if like in this case, I lost quite a lot of economic potential, because that's like the moment where the French economy is weakest. Like when you just age up to H2, and maybe you got
H3.
your
H3.
Sorry,
Fortress.
H3. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe you got your 4 CDBs in H2, but you're not having your town centers up and running. You don't have like the crazy settler wagon shipments the German player does, and so on. So losing 4 villages at that time of the game, which is essentially a fifth of my economy, is very painful. I mean, I recovered slowly but steadily by training at least from 2 TCs of the remainder of the game, but still that was really annoying.
And you also didn't really fall behind in terms of resource rate as well. Like, even though you lost them, you fell behind the Indian player for some time, but not like crazy. It's not like but still painful as fuck. Sure.
The problem is, like, okay, there's the 2 other situations. Obviously, the first one is the one at minute 13:30, where I lost all my military unit population because I was like shielding my 3rd town center I was building at the moment with my goons, and I had my skirmishes up there as well, and the first cuirassiers I had. The problem with that being that I could have warded off the cavalry by the German player. That would have been an issue, but the problem is then out of nowhere, like I said, the Gurkhas arrived, and they were like right on top of my unit, so I couldn't retreat anymore because I had the Uhlans right in my goons and my skirmishers, so I couldn't pull out there anymore. So I just decided to like let them fight and maybe at least get some damage out. And I mean, I killed a couple units there, maybe like 4. As bad as that sounds, but otherwise I would have lost everything without killing anything. So, well, equally bad. Still, but yeah, that situation was shit.
Yeah, and then after that, I tried to push in and just didn't have enough units so far. I mean, my resource gathering rate was really overtaking at that point, so I was ahead by a fair bunch, and I don't even know how many fishing boats, but like until this point, I didn't kill any. So in just a few seconds, the problem would have occurred that I couldn't collect fish anymore because all the fish sources drained out. There's one left here, so only whales left on the map pretty much, except for those 2 which I gathered off right in their base. And yeah, my problem was I was popped for a lot of time. So for a long time I just wasn't able to build more houses because I was just not concentrated enough on those things. And doing a water boom is always very stressful, and also it took me too long to get out my military buildings, and I would have needed to switch to artillery foundry and Abus guns way earlier. I mean, I did it in the end, but that was just too late, I think.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, you lost a lot of Janissaries against the Gurkhas, and I mean,
but I mean,
with my melee cavalry, in theory, at least, if you would have switched to Uhlans again, then we still would have had a chance to actually defend your Abus guns, I believe.
Yeah, it would have been possible, but the thing is, like, especially those masses of war wagons that he built, it's really hard to get out like cuirassiers and make a good deal with them. I mean, as soon as you push in, the war wagons will shoot you, and you won't be even able to really engage the Gurkha. We would have needed more infantry, more skirmishers to just like double skirmishers or even like musketeer skirmishers would have been better of a counter, I think, because the cuirassiers are just very hard to really get into touch with like 30 war wagons nearby. So it was a good decision by the German player to go on war wagons, and even though I don't really like them too much because they're expensive as hell and take up so much population, but they're also beasts in terms of stats, right? 650 HP, they do 54 attacks, so even shooting out my Janissaries is possible with them. Might not be a good trade, but still way better than, like, for example, goons, just because they just can soak up so many shots.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my problem here was that I was behind in military unit population when compared to the German player for essentially all of the game. So I guess that like building cuirassiers against war wagons is not that bad if you have enough unit population. But the problem is that like from essentially minute 13 onwards, I was like at half the military unit population of the German player all the time. I mean, I had like this like more or less good engagement, I'd say, at like minute 16 essentially. I mean, I lost a lot of cavalry there as well, but we killed off all the German units and a lot of the Gurkhas as well. You remember the one where we actually warded them out of your base?
In team statistic, it looks pretty decent, that one. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. But then I had this very bad engagement where I was sleeping for like 10 seconds. I was sending like my cuirassiers back, but not like far back enough. So actually they were caught by the war wagons, and then I lost like all my military unit population again. So that was the one at like minute 20. That was the third situation I was very unhappy with in this game.
Yeah, and the problem is really that it's melee cavalry, because it's like as soon as it sees enemy units, it's trying to attack them, and that's kind of the problem when you don't have your eyes on the melee cav. If the enemy is pushing on you and he finds your units, your cav will run towards them, and then it will be nearly impossible to retreat and get your units out. And that captured you, I think, several times in this game. The first one when you tried to defeat and fend off the units when you build up your TC, and after that, like a couple of more times, it's really hard to get your units out if the Gurkha and war wagons push on you, because you're like, if you're not there with your eyes, your melee cav, even with being outnumbered as crazy, the AI of the units, I would say, is just saying, yeah, let's attack them, let's go. Enemy units spotted.
Let's go mug 'em.
Yeah, and that's just not working out. And like, especially with cuirassiers, that's really painful,
yeah, of course.
Painful, because they're so expensive. So you would have needed to stand right behind my units.
What I wanted to say is that once I fell behind in military unit population, I should have switched to skirmishes. You're probably right about that, because when I'm like fighting from the back foot, it's probably easier to do that with skirmishes than with melee cavalry. Yeah. But overall, I'm not convinced that like going on cuirassiers per se was a bad decision.
No, absolutely.
Like the engagements were really suboptimal.
Absolutely. No, like cuirassiers definitely have that point, and it's really strong to work with them against Gurkha masses, of course. But the thing is, like, the German player had so much war wagons out the whole time. And
agreed. Yeah, he was just like so much stronger in military population, or so far ahead in military population. So building cuirassiers against that was probably a bad decision. I agree.
So you like invested double the amounts of resources into your units compared to the German player.
I'm painfully aware of that.
And like, well, I invested even more, which makes sense because I had that water boom eco, and it's really crazy how like I got up to nearly 100 unit population, so I outpopped both of them by a fair bit, and like that was really the turning point. It was just in the beginning I would have needed to build more artillery foundries instead of barracks, but also I would have needed a lot of janissaries as well, because he is always having his Uhlans as well. So you can't just go on full skirmishes against Germany.
No, obviously you can't.
But having like one or two artillery foundries, maybe one barracks less, and just getting out more artillery in the early game would have been really helpful. Really interesting game, really stressful as well. Not really the best performance, but we won it, and I'm really happy about that. And I'm quite happy with how I managed to pull off my water boom in the early game. Still not sure if the Schooner's first card was the right decision. Maybe 3 settlers would have been more helpful. But this way, I was able to like start my boom as soon as I queued in my age up to the second age. And I think it's not the worst thing.
Yeah. Actually, your water boom went pretty well. I'm quite happy with that, even though it was an experiment, but it worked out in the end. So yeah, from your perspective, this wasn't like as bad as it felt from mine. So I guess that's fair for a video from your perspective. I guess that's enough of a discussion about this game, though.
I just want to say,
it was a very close one. And
yeah, it was a close one. Also, one thing that we got going for us like a lot is that they never tried to contest water, which is the biggest problem. And the biggest mistake they probably did in this game. Even though he spotted my dock up there and destroyed my outpost, unfortunately I was not able to hold that position because I just was too concentrated trying to get out units. Would have been possible to hold that position with my galleys. And I'm actually not sure why I built a what's it called? A galleon. I misclicked that. Should have been a frigate,
probably, right?
But they never tried to contest it. They never even built like something near the I could have just loaded in your cuirassiers and just put them into his base. So having them run around like crazy, maybe that even would have been an issue for them.
Probably.
And they never built a single warship. They never sent warships. So in the early game, I was quite greedy because I did not send my 2 galleys from the home city. So if they would have sent them, I would have had to retreat my fishing boats into my docks and try to hold on and send that card. So that was really, really helpful for me. They never tried to contest me on water, and that's what you got to do as soon as you spot the water boom. No matter.
May I close this video now?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you for playing with us, Shu and Awesomest Leaf, and also thank you very much for viewing, everybody who tuned in to quite weird games from our perspective. And on this channel, it's quite unfamiliar to see water booms and aggressive early pushes, but it worked out both times, so maybe we do that more in the future. Let's see.
Yes, exactly. We'll see how it goes.
See you around, and yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you and bye.